No, it was a map color, so it should be fine. It should be okay.
No.
Yeah, you're fine.
I just was thinking, and then
Wow, we got sound and everything.
I do that. I lick my brush to get it wet, and then I put it in like a shimmer eyeshadow, and that's how it's so pigmented on my face.
You can keep it, yeah.
Because my
I mean, like I've done it with like water to like make eyeliner, but.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry. This isn't
Water?
Happy Little Faces. We'll talk about that on Sunday.
Yeah, that's Sunday.
When are we live?
So you put dried saliva bacteria on your face every time you use it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TTRP Theater. I am Curtis. We're back, Manhattan. We've got Sasha and Ernie and Blythe and Joel and Jerry with us tonight. The others have the night off, but that's all right because tonight's story fits perfectly for the group of people that I have. I don't know, it just worked out that way. It's like serendipity, I suppose. So I'm just going to welcome everybody, and then I need to get Sasha caught up, as that is probably the most important thing to tonight's story. Sasha, you missed this part. You were over there hugging on the girls as they were getting their memories back. You two were having already received your memories back. I think that was actually your mission, you said, was to see if you could help spur their memories along a little further, or a little quicker, perhaps. When you were doing that, this excitement, the illusion is tearing around you guys in a way, not so much that you would notice it in like some sort of large, sound or noise that's being made, but you're not paying attention to that because you're remembering these people for the first time in, it feels like 30 years. McFadden, as the chaos grows, changes. Dr. Kennedy had some words with him, and all of this sort of prompted some sort of thing in him as he was obviously growing more and more excited about the entire situation and paying attention to what was going on with all of you. And he began to change into ultimately a 9-foot-tall, robed, tentacle-armed creature with a gray tube for a head and a black void for what would a face would be. You, noticing, through your peripherals that something had changed in the room, forgo your hug, turned and saw what this, and would spring into action or prepared yourself to defend your friends as that creature got grabbed you in your, grabbed your head with his tentacles. My volumes are all out of whack. My apologies, folks. When this happens, you feel you see a flash of light, and then you see nothing, but you're still there. You still feel yourself being lifted from the ground. However, your muscles grow numb as if you've been given some sort of, a toxin of some sort that has rendered you paralyzed. But you're kind of flopping around. He's sort of, moving, and as his arms flings around, you're sort of ragdolling there just a little bit. And you're conscious, though, and you're probably, I don't know what you're doing. We'll find out what you're thinking in a minute. But it's black. You can feel this thing in your head. You can't move your arms. There was a flash of light, and you feel no pain. In fact, it almost feels as if it's preventing pain. Maybe some sort of, one of those creatures that paralyzes you before it does some terrible thing to you. some long, slow,
Like a
terrible
cuttlefish?
death. Yeah, like a cuttlefish. Yeah, I was trying to think of one off the top of my head, but doing a terrible job of it. Thank you.
I love
Cuttlefish.
cuttlefish. They're pretty amazing.
But you only have about 15 seconds of this. And there's a whole lot going through your head. You don't know what this is. You know you can't defend yourself. If you try to... Oh, and I almost forgot the most important part. Let me keep that, but we're going to backtrack just a second, because what happened, you also triggered one of your powers. The shooting the black tendrils of smoke. When you were shocked at this creature that you saw in front of you, it sort of just spontaneously set forth in some sort of defensive, protective measure, which blew you back, thus causing this creature to snatch you up, having basically deflected your tendrils. There was not enough time to investigate to determine exactly what happened in that particular thing. And the other characters were not quite so much interested in that aspect of it at that point. But needless to say, he gets you. And despite your best efforts, spend about 15 to 20 seconds feeling your body kind of jangle in midair. You can hear the muffled sound of your compatriots setting into some sort of action, but there's a bit of helplessness there. Any thoughts before I change scenes?
I mean, being numb.
I'm just curious.
No, I think he's...
You just got so much back. I don't know.
I'm just trapped.
It tortures me inside more, I suppose. That's good, though, because everything's great. When the light comes back, you're you again, mostly. So it's 1990. It's Manhattan. Duke, you're in your office. I'm not exactly sure where it would have been. Things are different for you than they were the first time around. How they got that way are really not that important. You know that things are not right. You recognize the difference, I guess, is what I would say. So consciously, Sasha is aware that he is not necessarily in his dimension. I'm trying to find the right words to use. That seems a bit big, but perhaps that's the right one. But you have an office. You are dressed as how you imagined yourself would dress when you were that age and successful doing the thing that you wanted to do.
So like forest green silk shirts and like gold chains and shit. Am I wearing like cross colors? I think he would definitely be wearing like cross colors.
Sasha was a cross.
If he had money.
I figured he was a darker person than that. But I could have envisioned him cross colors. Yeah, we can do that. That's hilarious, actually. I hadn't even thought of it. No, I was just, well, yeah, he was sort of a punk, right? I mean, skateboarder. I don't know. I guess I always just envisioned him a little bit more goth. Sorry, that threw me. I haven't heard those words.
No. He was way more gutter punk, way more
crisscross.
You know what I mean? Way more
that Miggity Mac Attack.
Greenwich Village hip hop club.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
You have the desk that you want. You have the office that you want. As you're looking around to see if it's really yours, because you feel quite comfortable, you pop open your top drawer and your drug of choice is right there in the top, your little pencil drawer. I don't think that's what Sasha was using that pencil drawer for. I could be wrong, but there's some drugs there. And your phone rings, the desk phone.
Hello?
Yeah, hang on just a second. I have lost myself trying to do too many things at once. If I got on the right page, it'd be better. It's Lester. He's like, yeah, hey boss, this is Lester. We got a bit of a problem down at the warehouse. That suitcase of dip we were supposed to get didn't come in. I tried to deal with the situation with the boys, but I don't know what's going on. I had to kill somebody. He got kind of mouthy, and he obviously didn't have the information I wanted, so I ended up having to shoot him in the face. But I'm on it. I'm on it.
Anything behind?
Oh no, of course not. I've been around for a while. It was probably just Vienno and his guys. That's all I'm thinking. But until I find out from the streets and get all my sources, I don't want to draw any conclusions.
Yeah, don't jump.
But needless to
Where's
say,
Vienno
I thought I would give you the little heads up and let you know that I got the ears to the sidewalk, as it were. Do I?
So you don't know where the suitcase is then?
Oh no, no. We lost 3 guys.
Where's the last place you know where the suitcase was?
Oh, in a van down by the river. I don't know.
Find it.
Yeah, boss, we're on it. And like I said, we only lost like 6 guys, so everything's fine. All right, Dan. And he hangs up the phone.
Okay. Sasha hang up the phone. What else is on my desk? Are there business cards? Is there? I'm just looking around trying to identify
a laptop.
What the fuck is going on. A laptop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything on the laptop?
Looks like business stuff. It appears as though you have gotten yourself quite a little empire that you had been drumming up, as if perhaps Vienno was no longer a client or a boss, but competition.
Am I confused by all of this, or
you're confused as to why you are here and not back at the Bergen or whatever that place was turning into when you were at group therapy? So you are still aware of that, Sasha. You are also aware that you are in some new place that is the place you hadn't thought about in a minute, right? Because life changed for you. You can also see that Joel.
Sasha stands up. I'm going to stand up and. What?
Joel, there's some
here?
there's some other information. She works for you. She's like your right hand. Yeah, in fact,
is Joel in the room?
About that moment, no, but your cell phone buzzes. 1990 and a cell phone. I know, that's weird. It's a little flip phone looking thing too. It's rather nice.
It's not a big old brick?
Nope.
Gotta hold it.
No, your laptop's rather thin as well, which also didn't exist in 1990. Trust me, I sold laptops in 1991. They were ginormous. Yes, Joel is your muscle, your do anything. She's Joel. She's as equipped and as tough as she's ever been. And she can turn into a dog. So that's handy.
I flip open the phone.
It looks like you've missed
What's
a
up,
few
kiddo?
messages.
You
Just-
hear
yeah,
hear
go
Joel
ahead.
just cussing and screaming. But you know it's not at you, it's at whatever she's dealing with.
She just got
this
the
is-
call
that's
from
a
Lester.
Common.
Just so you know.
Are
Hey,
you done?
Hey, yeah, hey, hi. How's it going? You good? Everything fine?
Apparently not.
No. We have a problem. Lester's about to get my foot shoved up his ass, which is normal. But the case.
Yeah, the case.
So I gotta
do you-
find that.
What do
Joel.
you know about the case?
Yeah, I'm about to clue you in. I'm going to have to feed you some information as we move along. So pardon my interruptions. I'm trying to keep the narrative going and
No,
let
you're
some
good.
of it be a little bit spontaneous. It is a case of dip, of which you are all familiar. If you will refer back to the Long Strange Trip 72, you know what that is. This dip is destined for the laboratory that sits atop what used to be the Bergen Asylum, once known as the Sandburn Asylum, once known as the Sandburn Prison back in the 1800s, now is a laboratory that is run by none other than Dr. Kennedy, who also has picked up an assistant named Blythe, who is the same Blythe that she always was. She's rather young for an assistant, but for some reason, she's there, and they seem to be not concerned at all about the oddity of him having a 16-year-old as a lab assistant. It's just perfectly natural. Nobody asks those questions, except Sasha would ask that question. He's the only one who knows that that is abnormal. You also know a detective who is swayable to certain things, depending on certain
Persuadable.
things. Yes, persuadable. That's a good choice.
He has a coke problem.
And yeah, I think that about covers it, except it's a little bit different. Just to go ahead and I'm going to give you some scenery, and then let you guys kind of go. It's a world you can play and have fun in. Outside is going to look bright. The buildings are going to look shiny and new. The note that I have written to myself is brand new with touches of ancient. You're going to see streets that look like they are 2,000 years old. However, they are perfectly glossy, used, fit in with the slightly adjusted decor. They look like skyscrapers. It looks like Manhattan, except maybe a little, I don't know, some Art Deco thrown in or something. I don't know what the aesthetic is, but there's just touches, the details have slightly changed. It does not seem the gray city of the 90s. It seems more the gleaming city on the hill. The cars look newer. All the technology is newer. Some 20 to 30 years newer. Other than that, it's all pretty much the same as it was. Attitudes, people, all of your personalities are the same. I haven't taken any of that away from you. It's just your position in life is altered from where it had originally trajected. Confused?
JoJo.
Yeah. What's up? Yeah.
Lester said last time he saw it was in the van.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of him. But he says it's like black with really heavy tinted windows. So I'm almost guessing it's not necessarily a van. It could be an SUV at this point because the dude is a fucking idiot.
Do you think he's in on it?
I don't know. I don't trust him, so I'm leaving him here. I can tell you that.
I mean, how the fuck do you lose 6 guys?
Exactly.
How?
You just obviously are too fucking stupid to pay attention, and you hear a car door slam as she's climbing into her own car. So I'm at a loss here, other than trying to find the van, kill the motherfuckers that took it, and get it back and take it to the lab.
Well, I want you to lock Lester down. Don't let him handle this. You handle this.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm gonna call Ernie.
Okay.
I'll let him know there's a delay. That way you don't have to bother with it.
Thank you. I don't want to talk to the creepy doctor again.
I know. It's fine. I assume I'll spend most of my time talking to Blythe, but that's fine.
We'll tell her hi. I like her.
Yeah, she's a sweet kid. Okay. Call me back when you find something.
Okay, sounds good. And then you just hear a Lester, move your ass. And then a click.
I click through my phone. And I call the laboratory.
Kennedy, this is a super lab. You can imagine it however you would like to. It is, and doing the edgiest of work, I should say. You know, whatever you were into, it has developed and progressed. So imagine what Kennedy was into in Manhattan 1 and say everything had just gone along perfectly and he was advanced another 15 to 20 years and has been funded with a whole lot of money. If you have any other specific questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you as far as details. But you have a world of resources and a very large laboratory, and a handful of assistants and other doctors that are there that you've got working on whatever projects you may have. You have you can spread that out now. But Blythe works for you. She's always with you. And you can you can have a love-hate relationship. You know, you don't know why she's there with you, and that that's not an important part of this particular story. But however it happens, it's there, and it can be whatever kind of relationship you want it to be. But she's there.
Blythe, dear, I'm in the middle of something. Would you get that call?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, right away. And she's like so many folders. For whatever reason, she just has folders on top of folders in her arm. And so she's like doing a juggling thing where she tries to hold the folder and grab the phone, and it's a big debacle. Folders fall on the ground, papers. Hello?
Blythe.
Hi.
This is Sasha.
Oh, hi, Sasha. Hi. The doctor's he's busy.
Okay, that's fine.
What's up?
Well, I have some very important things that I need to talk to him about. So, do me a favor.
If I listen really closely and maybe take a note, is that good enough?
No, actually it isn't.
What if I put you on the speakerphone?
Definitely don't do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that right now, actually. And
no, please do not.
Okay, Sasha, you're on speakerphone.
Dr. Kennedy, can you hear me, sir?
Ernie is like clear across the room, like completely on the opposite side of this massive laboratory, and he's like got a soldering iron and
Blythe, I don't think he can hear me.
Okay, hold on. And you just hear like heels click, 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 clicking. What about now?
You could ask him that. I can't. I'm not in the room.
Is this Ernie? Can you hear him now?
he's not even paying attention to you.
Just
Okay,
you
Blythe.
just hear more clicking and paper
Blythe?
shuffling.
Blythe.
Yeah. Yes.
Happens all the time.
I really appreciate your enthusiasm. I'm sure that you are wildly helpful. But
I like to think I am.
I need you to hang up the phone. But before you do, don't hang up the phone yet. Before you hang up the
Okay.
phone,
Uh-huh.
I need you, after you hang up the phone,
Okay.
to go to Dr. Kennedy, to go to
Uh-huh.
Ernest and tell him that he needs to call me immediately.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Immediately.
Okay.
What are you going to tell him?
To call you and me. But see, here's the thing. Why it isn't.
Blythe,
if he
there
would
is no
just
other
come
thing.
over-
This
Okay,
is
if
very
he-
important.
We're on the call right now. If he would just listen. Ernie, I really think you should take this.
What?
It's Sasha.
Oh. Very well. Do not touch this. All right?
Okay.
Give me the phone.
You just hear shuffling.
Is this going to turn into Dexter and Dee Dee? Is that what this is going to turn into real fast?
Absolutely.
I am here for it.
Anyway,
Hands the phone off. Heels.
Take
clicking
it off
away.
of speakerphone.
Uh,
Sasha.
I am sorry for interrupting you. I'm sure that you have a lot going on at the moment, but this is pressing. The shipment has somehow been lost. I don't have any more details than that. Is there any chance that you know or would have a line on who might possibly want to intercept this or would even have an inkling in that direction?
Someone in a similar line of work to what I do here in the lab would make the most use out of that particular product. But it, of course, just has general street value. It's very popular. Any number of people would have interest in this shipment.
Well, I apologize for the delay. You know that this is not how I like to handle things. So please know that I have my best people on it and we will be, what's the right word? Diligent.
As always, I appreciate your professionalism, Sasha. Keep me in the loop.
Yes, I will. I'll call you back if I find anything out.
Thank you.
Sasha hangs up the phone.
I want to let you think for just a second, Sasha. Dr. Kennedy, it's shortly after this phone call that you have with Sasha that one of your subordinate scientists, we will call him Bill. Kennedy probably calls him William, but he was working on one of your other projects regarding an artifact that had been discovered related to some things that you found that has drawn you to the conclusion that you think that all of these alternate realities or whatever, however Kennedy, I'm not quite sure how he has all of the logic of illusion and not illusion. Those things exist to you. You are aware of those things as well. However, tears, that sort of thing, are seemingly a lot more controlled and happen sporadically or spontaneously a lot less often than they did in your previous existence. This other project that Bill is working on, Dr. Bill, had a little bit to do with the drugs, because this was stemming to your connection with the Flag Chatters. You do have a connection with them, not quite the same link that you had previously. You don't have the building or any of that. You've got the big super lab instead. But you were using their, shall we say, their adventuring skills to basically, go out adventuring through the use of the dip, as it had been the most refined substance since that you had discovered since the stuff that you make yourself, which is slightly different than the actual dip that came from a competing group known as Stillwater. The adventurers that would take the dip would then go and are trying to find other existences, other places beyond, such as Metropolis and Inferno. You're aware of those as actual named places. You know that the world you live in is known as Elysium, but you don't know where that name came from, and you don't know why it's called that, and why it's not just called what it is. Why it has some other strange, weird name. Just to give you a little background on what this other project is. He comes back and tells you that they have used the last of the dips, sir, with that last party that went in, and we're pretty certain we have found the trip, as we've called it. So it's we're if we're going to find out, we're real close. We're going to have to get some dip. Is that dip coming? I mean, we've been waiting for it. And
William, calm yourself. There's been a delay. I don't like it any more than you do, of course. But a significant portion of me wonders if this delay is intentional. Someone sees that we're getting too close. They're trying to stop us.
that
However,
sort of thing does seem to
I
happen.
don't think it's something we need to worry about too much. I'm sure Sasha has his attack dog on the trail. I expect she'll track it down within a reasonable amount of time. As it stands right now, though, our experiment is at a bit of a halt.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. That's not good. The one we sent out is due back probably tomorrow, and we'll probably have to put him on a rotation or something, because just the frequency. We're not going to be able to send him right back in without redosing in a proper amount of time.
Of course. It's less than ideal.
He starts to walk away, and he did say this is that emblem we found, the image of the canine. It's called an erbet. Don't know the significance of it.
Interesting. I'll have to do some research on that myself.
That's all the information I had for you, unless you want to ask some questions or something that you think you need to know.
Blythe comes in with a birthday cake.
Or Blythe shows up, right?
Dr.
Birthday cake.
Kennedy! It's Marjorie's birthday.
Oh, shit.
Can we use this space here to cut the cake?
Absolutely not.
And she clears it off anyway.
You realize, of course, that this is a sterile environment, and the introduction of pastries is probably going to ruin every single experiment we have running in here at this exact moment.
But I baked it myself.
Then take it downstairs to
You
the
can
break
wipe
room.
everything down here. Everyone's already here.
And they can enjoy it just as easily in the break room downstairs.
Don't be such a stick in the mud.
I leave. I go to
party
my office.
Blythe stays, of course.
Before I change scenes, as much as I would love to stay for the cake and party, that sounds like so much fun. There's a visitor that comes to see you, Doctor. This is a man who you have worked with on occasion. The importance of it isn't, the dealings that you do with him are not so much important in this particular part of the story, so I don't want to get into that particular detail. What is important is the relationship of this person to the old story and to Blythe, just because it is KULT, and there was just cake, so now I have to do something to wash the cake off of my KULT. So the man who comes in to do business with you, Dr. Kennedy, is a tall, older man, slender, very, formidable looking is the word that comes to my mind, although that doesn't make any sense. I'm just having a bad time drawing words. But it's the Doctor is the only name that you guys know him by, really, at this point, as I remember, who in a previous existence would have been Blythe's husband. And he always makes Blythe feel very uncomfortable when he comes by to do business, which is only every couple of months or so. And she is always commented on, and he's always looking at her in sort of, I don't know, in a subtle but gross kind of way. And he comes in, and Blythe's mood, I assume, is ruined immediately. And there, I've washed the cake off my KULT. Now, and also everybody's like, I wonder what this relationship is. We will cut back to, well, let's see if we can't get Jerry in the mix. You actually get the call to where the heist occurred, the robbery. It was a carjacking, or a roadside event. So you have the van open, full of bullet holes, 4 dead bodies, all Sasha's men, and it's just a panel van, or empty, generic van. And it's your crime scene.
Your phone rings, Jerry.
That's weird. He takes out his cell phone answers it. This is Jerry.
Detective Sasso, this is Sasha. I got a problem.
What kind of problem?
I don't really want to talk about it over the phone. Can we meet somewhere?
Right now I'm at a crime scene. Is it Curtis?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just me, or are there other detectives with me? Or
there's the regular run of the crew. You've got the crime lab people are there doing their thing. You got some uniformed cops that are there keeping the traffic going. That's taped around it. It's a full-blown crime scene. However, you're in charge of it. And if people do you favors, they do you favors.
Well,
can you give me a watered-down version?
I've lost something. I need some help finding it.
Okay. Where was it lost?
Last I know, it was in a van.
That's interesting. Because I'm staring at a van right now.
You also know those are his guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm already here. What do you need?
Just update me when you can. Thank you.
Understood.
Sasha hangs up the phone.
Click.
Joel, let me bring you in real quick, just because of the situation, and I'm trying to think of how you might have reacted to that, given your person of action sort of mentality as you dealt with Lester. What were your intentions when he came and told you the bad news? He told you, we got some guys clipped in a van down on the road such and such. What would your plans have been at that point? You touched base with the boss, and I would assume feel tasked to try to solve the mystery yourself. So what would the first thing you would have done?
Well, the first thing I would have done was find a way to get rid of Lester, but I'm not quite sure I want to kill him yet, so he's probably like zip tied in the back in the trunk.
Okay.
And then I probably would have actually called Jerry to see if I couldn't have his help in his policeness tracking down vehicles to see if we can't find the certain van that is missing.
Gotcha. So then I would set the scene then as you're all kind of finding out this information and all touching base together at the same time. It's all kind of happening all at once. A couple of phone conversations, really all that's passed is about 15 minutes. So, anybody else have any other outline questions that's driving you crazy that I need to answer just before I set you guys off again? I'm trying to cover some loose ends and interject some tidbits as we go along. But you guys are steering. So, okay. Then,
No,
all right. Then I'll let you connect with Sasha.
I would have called Jerry.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I called Jerry and hope that he answers.
I'm blowing up today.
Yeah, immediately.
Go for Sasso.
Hi, Sasso. How you doing, sassy ass?
Well, just being sassy. How can I help you?
Right. Okay. So I have a case of a stolen van that I could use some help with. If you're not terribly, terribly busy with all of your paperwork.
Well, I might just be the best damn investigator in this city because I found it already.
Oh, really? Huh. That's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. What does it look like per se?
Just nondescript white van. No windows in the back. Cargo van.
Yeah. And where would this van be exactly?
Where would it be?
Yeah. Like where are you at? There, sassy pants.
We're on the side of the road. It looked like someone gunned down whoever was inside and took what they needed.
Okay, so like if you were to investigate that scene, there would be no case.
Do you need it to not be a case?
Yes, kind of. I also need that case like immediately, like now.
We haven't found anything in the van. If you're talking about something, which I don't advise over the phone.
Exactly. Can you meet me like I don't know, that really nice little Waffle House over on 4th in like 5 minutes?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can meet you in 30.
Can you make it 25 then?
For you.
Thank you. I'll have something for you when I get there. And
I
then you just hear it click. It doesn't even. What's up? I'm done.
Jerry takes a very deep inhale. Damn needy bastards. And he continues just looking around.
Is there anything at the crime scene that you want to?
Would it be an investigation roll?
It could be.
Absolutely.
You've also.
I mean,
Yes.
investigation roll, huh? That's what we need. Okay. I'm like roll
that's-
shy. You guys
well,
have no idea.
There's
You can't pass out from an investigation roll. You can't get knocked out for a bad
No.
investigation
You
roll.
can
That's not how this
investigate-
works.
You don't
And-
know.
you. Also,
You don't know that for sure.
You also have an advantage called crime scene investigator
Yeah.
that
I
you
know.
can roll that will also not give you death and give you not death or knocked out, but will give you a couple extra questions you can ask as well.
All right.
So
Rolling.
you can do it.
What the hell, Austin? Come on, man. What is this shit?
It's rigged. Something is rigged on Roll20. I swear.
All right.
I don't think I've rolled above an 8
In a couple
in the
of
last
games,
2 campaigns.
that we'll just say that was your basic.
I still get a question.
Well, yeah, that was just your base investigate roll. So you still get a question. So yeah, go ahead. You can ask a question.
But bad things happen. Okay.
Potentially. What's the question?
What was the chain of events?
The chain of events?
Actually, I take that back. Don't
Okay.
answer that.
Okay.
What can I assume about the perpetrator?
Investigating the scene. Does Jerry like investigating crime scenes? Or is he just like
Does Jerry
smashing
like
down
it?
doors and yeah? What kind of a cop is he? Is he like being a detective, or does he just like being on the take? Or does he like smashing down doors, or is it a power trip? Or
I'd say power trip. I think he likes putting things together, in his own mind, figuring things out. So the puzzle aspect of it, he enjoys, but the fact that he's on a take is more of a he needs money, and whenever it's beneficial to him.
cool. Okay, well, I'm just getting a gauge that would sort of determine what you might find as the answer to your question. You really don't. Something is strange in that there is another substance around the van, sort of splattered around the blood. This sort of a clear, slimy, almost like mucusy, like a clear mucus sort of material. However, the crime scene people haven't said anything about it. To you, it seems like they would have at least pointed it out to you. It's your investigation. Anything odd comes up, that is certainly odd. It's nothing that would be explainable under any normal circumstances, but anywhere there's pools of blood, and then even in places where there's not blood, you find this substance smeared, splattered.
So, being aware, I would recognize
that something other than human might have been
this
involved.
is abnormal.
Yeah.
And the average human won't be able to see it. Okay. I don't want to touch it. So
if you want to
I just
do your
nonchalant.
You want to ask your
what?
do you want to do your crime scene investigator move?
Oh, I thought I already did.
Oh, that was just your free, and that
sure.
was just investigate. You get that move naturally. That's just one of your go-tos, but you also have the advantage to get bonus questions. So you can roll plus reason and get a shot at one or two more.
Okay. Okay. Opposite.
Woo!
15.
Yay.
Thank God.
The tides have turned. So
I'm
now
so proud of you. I knew you could.
The streak is over.
two bonus questions, and if you pull up the move card, it's got some examples there, which I relabeled your things over on the side to maybe make them a little more useful to you.
Okay.
You can even click on them on their handout.
So 2 questions.
Make it big. Yeah. 2 questions. Yes.
Which mistakes did the perpetrator make? And does the crime remind me of something I am familiar with already? And if so, what?
Right. Yes. It all ties in together. The substance that's left behind tells you that it is Vienno's, what he calls his B team. You know, Vienno's a regular
B team.
Yeah, Vienno's a regular street gangster guy. But there is a rumor going around, and you know of this, being aware and sort of fitting into the life that is, knows that he's also, that Paul has started to dabble into that world as well, and has some guys you thought maybe they weren't guys, maybe they just looked like people, but they weren't always people. But you have heard rumor, however, you've never seen them or confronted them or, been able to confirm that, that he's got a team of, we'll just, to keep it simple, supernatural or paranormal employees, thugs that take care of some of his business that he thinks he needs them for to take care of. So this is like, they are sloppy and their signs are laying all over the place. So with all 3 of those clues, tells you a big picture.
Okay. I go up to the forensic analysis on the scene. There's something over by the blood I want you to check out. It might be hard to see, but definitely try your best to find any liquids other than blood and test those as soon as possible.
You think you saw something?
Yeah. It's it might be hard to see. Do you have one of those swabs swab kits. I might be able to just do it myself.
Indeed, I do. Right here in my pocket.
Okay. I take it and I just go back over, swab where I saw, put it in the bag, seal it, hand it to him. All right, I'm gonna head out. We just got a hot tip.
All right.
We're making our moves. Finish up here, and call me with what you find.
Yep. They just do their thing.
All right. Thanks, Brad. And Jerry gets in his car and starts heading to the IHOP on 4th, or the Waffle House on 4th.
Waffle
The
House.
Waffle House.
Don't fuck it up.
Get it.
Fuck is wrong with you?
Jerry heads to IHOP and then remembers halfway it's supposed to be the
Oh.
Waffle House.
The other
Starts
one.
driving there.
Oh shit! Pulls a Yui, flips on the lights so he looks like he's doing something important.
All right.
So he walks into the Waffle House, looks over everywhere for Joel.
She would be sitting in like a back corner booth. You just see like big
The circle
floofy-
booth in the back.
Yeah, with
Okay.
like big floofy blonde hair. She's got like a foot up in the seat. Doesn't give a fuck.
I walk back that way, and as soon as I sit down, I look at Joel and I go, "Do you realize how many drug deals I've done here?"
Probably more than I've been alive for. So there's that.
At least.
All right, what do you got for me?
So, I have some information. I'm pretty sure I know who did it.
Okay.
Luckily for you, they weren't clean. They're a sloppy team.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is Vino's work. He has a team that doesn't really know what the fuck they're doing, but they're heavy hitters, and they get what they need.
Okay. How many?
I'd say about 3 or 4.
Okay.
And they're not your average, if you get what I mean.
Not like turn into a dog, right?
No, I don't think they turn into dogs.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's a pretty unique gift. But
Okay.
I wouldn't say they're from New York.
Okay, I get
Wink.
it. I get it, Jerry.
Wink.
I'm not an idiot. Okay, I understand.
And he
What you're
says
saying.
wink wink very sarcastically.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Great. Where can I find them? Where are they at?
I mean, I can help you find them. I don't know where the team is now, probably back at their hideout, back to Vino's body shop. That's where he does all his bullshit.
All right. Well, great. Awesome. Cool. Well, at least I probably know where it's at. Okay.
You said you had something for me, sweet cheeks.
Call me Sweet Cheeks again. You'll get a smoking gun in your face. She just pulls out a dime bag that she lifted off of Lester from the back seat and tosses it across the table to him.
He stares at it, looks back up at you, stares back down, looks around. I've done more for less. And he grabs it and puts it in his pocket.
Well, you can always come with me. We can have a great little powwow if you want. And she just starts like walking towards the door. Like that was kind of an open invitation, but also I really don't give a fuck. I've got shit to do.
Jerry checks his phone. I don't think, unless he has any immediate urgent things to take care of, he'll go.
No.
Nope.
Sweet.
All right.
So
You driving?
fuck yeah, I'm driving. And she's already picking up the phone to call Sasha.
Yeah. He gets in the passenger.
Sasha, your phone rings. But it's not going to be you, Joel.
Damn it.
You get the next call. Somebody
Is
beat
it the
your-
desk phone or my cell phone?
beat you to him. It's the desk phone. if that's where you're at.
Hello?
Is Blythe there?
No. You have the wrong number.
Whoa. Is this Sasha?
It is? Who's this?
I'm a friend of Blythe's. My name's Tom.
Do I remember Tom?
Yeah. I mean, as much as you did in the beginning, you knew he was an annoying guy that called on the phone from time to time by this point.
Tom. Why would you be calling me? Do you think I'm with Blythe?
Yeah, something's not right. Where are you, Sasha? Do you know when you are, Sasha?
It's 1990. When should I be?
Oh, well. That's a tough question, Sasha. I can't answer that. We really need to get to Blythe.
Okay. Why?
Is she with the doctor?
I don't know who she's with. Why are you so concerned? Tom.
I can't tell you that, Sasha. You're not supposed to be there. Not like that. Have you found Harvey?
And when I hear Harvey's name, there's this bit of panic. I panic a little bit. I pick up my cell phone and I start scrolling through, looking for Harvey's phone number.
It looks as though Sasha has been trying to contact Harvey without response for about 2 days. He hasn't returned your calls, has not returned your texts.
I'm gonna hit the green phone and dial Harvey's number on my cell phone. Still have Tom on the phone.
It goes straight to voicemail.
Fuck. No, Tom. No. I haven't. Do you know?
Right.
Do you know anything?
No.
What can you tell me? Why did you call me looking for Blythe? Fuck it. You said you can't tell me. Whatever. What can you tell me?
It's too much for you yet, Sasha. There's too much happening. I can tell you that
Jesus Christ, you are as useless now as you have ever fucking been. What is the fucking point?
she's the queen, Sasha. And you're all lost.
Okay, well that's something. Is she in danger?
Yeah. Yeah. This is all about her. We need to get her back to the right time and place. So,
How do we do that? How do I do that?
I don't know. Find the doctor. When he says it again, he repeats himself. Except he doesn't say the doctor this time. He uses a different word. Only it means in your head, it's almost like knowing a foreign language. When somebody says, hola, in your head, you hear hello. The word that he says is Kallum-Duga. Kallum, Kallum-Duga. It's actually 2 words. It's not really important, but he says that before he hangs up. He's like, find the doctor, find Kallum-Duga, and hangs up the phone.
Sasha hangs up the phone. He starts looking around for keys. Keys. Oh, wait. He opens the top drawer, grabs a pack of cigarettes. He puts on his jacket and walks over to the door, and he's going to try to find his way to the laboratory.
Do you want to go
There it is.
the regular method? Because you have 2 methods of transport.
What's my second method of transport?
You can wayfind yourself there, or you can take a vehicle.
Oh no, the vehicle's my second method of transport.
Oh,
He's
okay.
looking for keys and then realizes he doesn't need keys.
Okay, I get it. I'm a little slow on the take today. Sweet. Yes.
The smoke curls around his hand as he reaches out to the doorway, and he turns the handle and opens the door. Opens the door into the exterior of Ernie's laboratory, and steps through and closes the door. I rolled a 15.
I love it. Cool. We're going to take our break on that stepping through the door, give everybody a chance, me, to pee, and we will be back in just a few.
Half years.
I
I
did it
wish.
again.
That people just
I
walk
I was
in and
told
like,
by some guy who delivered pizzas that he was asked into a threesome one night with like
What the
2
fuck?
middle-aged women. He said it was the best night of his life.
All right.
I wasn't going
Nice.
to question it.
We're back. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the raid. And the,
Wait, that was the bit.
Segue.
That was the bit tonight.
that was
Pizza
the
Bay in
bit.
3 ways.
Thanks for the
It's not the
raid
worst thing
and
we've
the
had.
follows.
That's true.
And everybody who's joined us right at the break. I always hate it when I get on a channel and they go immediately to break, but it does happen from time to time. So if you stuck around, we appreciate it. The story's just getting good with these folks as they're trying to figure out exactly what's going on. But it appears as though Sasha is a little bit further along in his being a crime lord or drug dealer. He's advanced from his earlier days, traveling around on the skateboard, and has had some of his product that was coming stolen from apparently a competitor, possibly using some extraordinary means in order to do this. This product not actually intended for street sale, but rather as a supply to his friend Dr. Kennedy, who is continuing his research, investigating.
Friend is a strong word. Friend,
well.
friend is a strong word for the relationship between Sasha.
Right. Sometimes
Ernest.
I get the real confused with the fake. And so, yeah, they're in the midst of trying to suss out who stole that, I believe is where we left it. And it was somebody had just done something.
Sasha had just stepped through the door from his
Yes.
office,
Right.
crossed town
To Dr. Kennedy.
through the portal, and opened a door into Dr. Kennedy's laboratory.
I had already locked another cliffhanger in my head going to break, and then when you did that, it adjusted things a little bit, and so then my brain did the brain thing and screwed me on live TV. Anyways,
Well, you set me up with Tom, so
You did end us on
Yes.
motherfucker too.
I
so.
remember that too. No, I said that because that was the little bumper in between the Sasha motherfucker. I like playing that. Anyways, go ahead. You're there.
what do I
Dr.
see?
Kennedy's.
What do I see when I arrive? Do I see Blythe? Do I see? This is not. I assume that I have some kind of working knowledge of this laboratory.
Yes. I mean, you're as familiar as
So
it's a laboratory that's new to you as far as your knowledge of New York goes. It's where there used to be a mental hospital on the northeastern side of the island, or northwestern side of the island. And I don't anticipate that Blythe will be at the door. It's a rather large facility. He probably has like a security check-in kind of thing up at the front.
I didn't walk in the front door. My intention was not to walk in the front door. Sasha was going to a
I know, I'm
doorway
just-
where he would be
Right.
with Blythe and Ernie.
Okay.
Yeah, me being a helpful assistant at the front, doubtful.
I want to be in the room. Sasha would have gone to the room where Ernest was, or actually the room where Blythe was.
Yeah.
The room
Yeah.
where it happens.
So yeah, you
Thank
pop
you,
in.
Austin.
Yeah, Blythe's right there. Kennedy's on the other side of the room.
Is there anyone else in the room?
I don't know. Does he keep
The
anybody else in there with him?
doctor?
Yeah, I was about to say, you'd said that the doctor showed up.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Do you need to resolve any of that before I enter the space? Curtis?
I don't want to be.
No,
around
the
all that.
doctor's not there. He's already come and gone and done his thing.
Blythe.
Yeah, huh?
I know that we just spoke on the phone. Could you never mind. It's a very nice looking cake.
Thank you.
Dr.
It's been
Kennedy.
all night.
All night? It took you
Yeah.
all night to bake a cake?
Well, I baked technically 3 cakes. But this is the only one that turned out.
Well, it's lovely. It's really very, very lovely.
Thank you.
Are you feeling okay?
Am I feeling? Yeah, I'm fine. Are you feeling? Or what? Are you feeling okay?
No, I'm actually quite distressed at the moment.
Distressed? Oh, do you need some tea or a bottle of water? I'm sure we have something around here.
No, I'm okay. Thank you. I appreciate you thinking of me. I need to, Dr. Kennedy.
Oh, I'll get him.
No, please don't go anywhere. Please stay here.
Stay here. Okay. Ernie!
I heard him the first time, child. Yes, Sasha.
And he's kind of looking back and forth. I'm looking back and forth between the two of you. If have either of you received any phone calls today from a man named Tom looking for Blythe?
I haven't taken any such calls, Blythe.
Well, if someone was looking for me, I feel like I would know it.
Okay. You're in danger, Blythe.
Me?
Yes, you. And this is really hard for me to explain. You are, well, you know that some things are not as real as they seem, right? You do know that.
There are real things, and then there are really real things.
What are some real things, and what are some really real things to you, Blythe?
To ask for clarification.
Well, that one, you should never mix brown and black when you're going to a big job interview. I mean, that's real. But really real things are like everyone's a monster, but no one's a monster, you know?
Okay, that's good. That makes me a lot more comfortable. Do you think that you're a monster?
No, I'm just me.
Okay. What about Ernie? Do you think he's a monster?
He's too old to be a monster.
Okay. Dr. Kennedy, if I say the name, oh God, what did you say the name was, Curtis?
Kallum-Duga.
Callum something.
Kallum-Duga.
Kallum-Duga. If I say the name Kallum-Duga, does that mean anything to you?
Does it, Curtis?
Blythe just hands him a tissue. Bless you.
Let's see. I don't know, maybe. Let's see if there might be something you could roll for that. Give me a roll plus soul to see through the illusion.
Does a 15?
A 15 does.
Better than a 9.
Marginally so.
Yeah, and of course this is going to trip everybody out a little bit, I suppose. Yes, that's Kallum-Duga. That's the name of the doctor. He's the manipulator, the deceiver. He's also brother to Baser-Duga. You haven't identified who that is yet. And you don't know where those names are from or why they have those names, but you have associated that name with the doctor. He doesn't know that you know that. That's why you're doing business with him, you see, is because keep my enemies close and my, whatever that saving is that I've just messed up.
Uh-huh. Sasha, Blythe, let's go to my office, away from the other experiments. It's quieter in there.
Please lead the way. Blythe, do you mind if I have a little cake?
Absolutely, you can. Oh my goodness. And she just goes and fixes you a little plate. Brightly colored napkin. Pink fork. Brings it over to you. There you go.
Thank you.
Blythe, if that was for Marjorie's birthday, why didn't you write her name on it?
So everyone could enjoy it, not just Marjorie.
I suppose that's fair. We get into the office and I shut the door. Kallum-Duga. Huh. It's funny that you mentioned that name in particular because he was just here no more than 10 or 15 minutes ago.
This is Do you feel out of place? Ernie, do you feel out of place?
In what way, Sasha?
As in, wow. There's a part of me that feels like I shouldn't say anything, but you know who I, you know how I am, and I can't. There's no reason to hide. So the Tom that I referred to in a previous life of mine, of yours, of ours, some other existence outside of this, Tom was trying to find Blythe often, would make phone calls the weirdest hours and would find us in the strangest of places, but always with Blythe. But Tom just tried to call me at my office, but Blythe was nowhere around. And so I think that worries me too, on top of the fact that this isn't my life. This isn't my life as I know it. I guess I woke up. Is that the right word? But it's not like I got out of bed. I came to the realization that in my office, right? Like I came to consciousness in my office, but I wasn't asleep. I don't think. The last I knew, I was in this building, but I was here as a patient. Does any of this make sense? None of this makes sense.
Well, no, of course, none of it makes sense, but that's entirely the purpose of my research, is making the things that don't make sense eventually make sense.
Are you telling me that you've been experimenting on me?
Not on you. I don't think.
Okay, I got off track. Blythe, important. Blythe is very important. And Blythe isn't, and yes, you're very important, child.
Tom is after me?
That's always been a contentious point. We were never sure.
Huh.
I mean, at one point, Ernie. Anyway, I need you to keep her from him.
Well, he tends to not come around but more than once every few months, so I would assume we're fine for a while. He didn't do anything while he was here earlier.
Okay.
I hid in the broom closet.
That's probably a good plan. But remember how you were talking earlier about real and really real and monsters and all of that?
Yeah.
He's definitely a monster.
I knew it.
I'm not sure where to go with this. I don't know how to protect her necessarily. I mean, I could try to get her away somewhere else. If I call her the queen, does that mean anything to you? Do you remember being at the mental institution? Do you remember being here in this building, but it wasn't this, it was something different? Do you remember that? Blythe, do you remember that?
I feel like I would need to roll for that.
Why don't Kennedy and Blythe both make me a roll plus soul? I'm gonna well, never mind. I was gonna give Kennedy a little extra bonus because he just rolled a 15. Don't want to beat him to death with
I have a +4 in soul, so
yes, you have no problems with that.
Okay. I don't know why. Hold on.
If that, it may still pop up with that little window that you just enter through? You have to hit enter.
Yeah. You said soul?
Yes.
Did I do it?
Yes,
You did not do it.
You
Why?
did not do it. Well, I mean, you did
There
it,
we
but
go.
it,
No,
it
I mean
failed.
you
Then-
did
You
it,
did
but you did
good.
not do it.
Oh.
It was not better than 9.
Oh.
It doesn't make you an abject failure. It just means
Right.
that you didn't see through the illusion.
Just means that I suck.
At least
Yeah.
it's not avoid harm.
Well, it could be. Curtis, GM
Blythe
GM
passes
gets to
out.
make a move on that one.
So, Blythe, there is some sense of familiarity with what Sasha tells you. Doctor, it's the same thing for you. This is not a you're not recalling facts from your head. He is scratching away and waking a piece of you up. Is more the sensation that you get. And you asked about the queen. What was the other question that you asked, Sasha? I apologize. You kind of spurted out
Do
two
they
different.
remember being at? Do they remember being at Bergen Institute?
Right, Bergen. And you do. You remember. You can now kind of like, yeah. When was I there? How did I get out of there? You're trying to make sense of it, right? Into your own real perspective. But yes, there's some familiarity when he says that, and also some doubt now because you are Dr. Kennedy, right? And you have learned that just on the other side of what I see in front of my face could be something else. And, I would imagine, at least in my interpretation of Dr. Kennedy's work, has always been trying to be able to predict, maybe even control that, right? So that you can have so that you know what's on the other side, or at least win in solving that problem. And so that there are layers to reality, and it is quite possible that a person could be on multiple layers, I suppose. But that sort of pragmatic side to Dr. Kennedy is going to confuse the situation and exacerbate his waking. And so, yes, you're going to remember, and now you're going to wonder, are you, in a reality, right? Because of Dr. Kennedy, who you are. I mean, that would be my question. Is Dr. Kennedy going to suddenly then question where he is, right? Because I mean, that's my initial instinct. I may be taking it too far, but yes, you do realize that you remember it. However, you can't. It's cloudy because it's about two different layers.
So I have this sort of soup swirling around in my head then. And I put up a hand and I look at Sasha and I say, yes, but also no. But because of the yes, I think it is even more important that we get the case that had the dip in it, because I think the experiment that I have Bill running right now is related. If we've bled into a different version of this world, if we have the dip, it makes it easier to cross between the barriers. And I think that's what we would need to do.
Sasha flips open his cell phone. Dials Joel.
Blythe, I'm going to interrupt here just real quick before you complete your phone call. With your 6, you don't know what the hell he's talking about. That's confusing to you. You do, however, suddenly feel important, maybe even powerful. You feel like Blythe, the Blythe that we're all a little bit, the Blythe that's grown up through all of that bullshit that you went through, right? The one that's at the asylum, so to speak, the one that knows that she has wings. That's a good way to put it, I suppose. You're not there 100%, but you suddenly, you just feel it, right? Feel like you are more than you are. And to me, that would be torture. So that's my move. And you have some information as well. So I'll let you think about that. Sasha, you can complete your call.
Hello? Hello?
Where are you?
Driving towards
Vienna body shop.
Thank you. Okay, we're headed there. We're headed there to go get the case, and I'm trying to keep a lid on it. By the way, Lenny is or Lester, whatever the fuck his name is. I never bothered to learn his name, to be honest. He's tied up in the back, so we'll have to deal with that too when we get a chance.
He's also
Why? Where
your
are you?
accountant.
Easy
Sasha.
enough. What?
He's also
I'm
your
sorry?
accountant. He's also your accountant. Lester.
Who is?
Lester,
Oh,
the accountant. Do you remember Lester? You've met Lester before.
Yes, I remember Lester.
Okay.
I have met Lester before.
All right. He's still the same Lester. Anyways, I just to let you know that Joel's got your accountant tied up. I mean, it's Joel, she kind of goes a little over the top sometimes. So I was just reminding you. That's all. Carry on.
Just don't break his hands, okay?
They're zip tied. He'll be fine.
Just
Where are you?
leave. Just fine. Just leave him there. I'm with Dr. Kennedy and Blythe.
What's wrong?
Lots
Okay.
of things are wrong. How did you find out? Was that Jerry's voice? Was that Sasso's voice?
Yes, I may have paid him a dime bag off of Lester to help me out. Fast track things. Why?
You
that a
only gave
problem?
him a dime bag? Jesus Christ, you fucking cheapskate.
Well, I'm
God
sorry.
damn.
I thought I wasn't supposed to be doing all the bad stuff when it came to the detective. Trying to make people better. Whatever.
that one?
Expect more for my services, Sasha.
I know you do. Anyway.
Huh.
So Vienna,
Yeah,
that's where it is. That son
Yeah.
of a bitch. Okay. I'll meet
We're
you there.
not.
What? Okay, you still haven't told me like what exactly is happening here, Sasha. Why are you acting panicked? I know that tone of voice. I'm not an idiot.
I'm a little panicked, Joel. I don't want you to be worried while you're driving. There's a lot, and it may seriously impair you, affect you, if we go through it all over the phone. I'll meet you at Vienna's.
Okay.
Are we going in strong? How is this happening?
Oh, yeah, probably. I don't know. I haven't made a plan yet. I don't really do plans very well until about last second. So I'm going to suss out the place. I'll wait until you get here if that makes you feel better.
Okay.
Okay, cool. You good? Are you, I mean,
I'll
can
meet you
do
there.
this?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just worried. But okay, fine. And it just hangs up.
Are either of you in a place where you are comfortable doing violence?
Always.
Doing violence.
Doing the violence?
You hung up the phone on me. I'm talking to Ernie and Blythe.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, shit, that's right.
I know the two of you are totally fine. with doing violence.
The violence.
Doing the violence.
Sasha, you have known me for years. Do I look like the type of person that would, in a non research environment, be a violent man?
Ernie, if I remember things correctly, there was some very special things that you could do. Are you capable of any of those things?
I have a wide range of abilities.
Are you interested in going with me to get this case and possibly having to use some of those abilities?
Yes, unfortunately.
Blythe, dear, would you like to join us?
Sure.
Kennedy,
Anybody have a car here, or do I need to get us there myself?
I'm sure we have a wide range of vehicles available downstairs.
Yeah.
Probably.
Transportation won't be a problem. Kennedy, you know you've learned a few rituals as well. I know that's kind of a mish into your enlightened stuff, but I'm monkeying with stuff tonight anyway, so why not give you a ritual if you think of something that you might want to throw out there. At any given time, go ahead. There's not going to be a problem with transportation. Kennedy's is like a regular government facility around that place. It's got all kinds of shit. So you can get any kind of car you want, pretty much. Van, car, blacked out sedan.
So we pull up on the scene, and pull in behind where Joel and Jerry are parked. I get out of the car.
I have a question first before we
Yes.
get too far into that.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis, can I use my advantages?
Yeah.
I would like to use Hunter. I want to use it.
Hunter. What are you hunting?
So Vienna in the case.
Okay.
I would like to very much hurt Mr. Vienna for taking.
Yeah, because we don't actually know it's there.
Give me a roll
We
plus
just
perception.
know they took it.
I forgot I have the thingy turned on the
A 12.
I get 12.
Yeah, that's
I
you
get two options.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna keep those in my back pocket for just a second, so Sasha can walk up on the scene and do whatever he wants.
Okay.
He leans down, knocks on the window.
Roll it down. Hi, Sasha. How are you today?
Terrible. What do you know?
Well, that they're inside. The case is inside. I'm thinking, and just bear with me here. I'm thinking we draw them to us. What do you think?
And how do we do that?
We could do get help. You want to do get help?
What do you mean draw them to us?
Oh, this is a fun one. And Joel gets out of the car. She's getting a little excited now.
Oh, no.
She looks at Blythe and she smiles real wide. Hi, Blythe. How are you?
You're muted.
She's
Super muted. Hi, I'm doing great.
Yeah. Do you want to do a trick with me? Do you want to do something fun?
Something fun? I like things that are fun.
How good of an actor are you? Are you a good actor?
Excellent. I have been watching Harvey Winston my whole young life.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Somebody and she starts looking around at the whole group, and she sees Ernie, and she kind of like does a smirk of like, ha ha ha. And she's like, kind of moving around to then shove Ernie in front towards the front door. Ernie is gonna just have a medical emergency right now, and you're gonna start asking if the nice people inside can get help.
Okay, do I need to punch him first? So he will
Oh.
actually have a medical emergency?
No.
Are you sure?
I kind of
Yes.
She looks at
It
Joel.
wouldn't hurt.
So this meta in the meta is setting up an ambush for my enemy. So I get some perkies with this. So while you guys are debating that, Joel just very sneakily punches Ernie right in the stomach and then grabs a pistol and like swoops around.
Here I go into the building.
That was unnecessary.
Sasha, we need to get in position.
Sasha
Going-
starts moving.
Right.
Flanking.
So, walking into the garage, the door opens into the actual big side of the garage. There's no front office to this building. The office is in the back. There's no cars in this building. There are some tables and some men sitting around the tables, probably 10 of them. And they're all doing various activities. It seems to be just lounging around, reading the paper. 2 of them are playing cards. Another one is counting some money. And they immediately all stop and do the, it's like, I can't think of anything that any of you young people will remember, but, you walk into the club and, the jukebox stops and everybody turns their head and looks at Blythe, this 16-year-old.
In her
Yeah.
in her best damsel in distress type voice. Please, please, somebody, you've got to help me. There's an old, disgusting man outside, and something's wrong with him. He just collapsed. Please, can someone help? Can someone come look for him? And she's just like running.
Yeah. Roll plus charisma to influence another or other.
I'm pretty sure I got charisma out the butt.
I think you do too.
If you got one thing, girl, you got charisma.
I do. You right.
Yes. One of the guys stands up. He's like, yeah, sure, honey. What'd you say? Is some old guy's hurt out here?
Yes, and she does the thing where she like leans on him to give him more power than he actually has. Whatever. Please, you have to follow me just right through this way. And she kind of does a look over her shoulder
Right.
as she
So-
totters back out.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, we'll help you out, hon. And he also does you can't see because I got this thing, does the little thing with his hand. And 2 other guys stand up and follow him and you to the front door. You get your ambush here, so I'm just waiting for you to ambush. But he's going to let Blythe lead him out the front door, and the 2 guys that are following and drawing their weapons.
Oh, see, I want to take out Mr. Number 1,
Okay.
which also this a little iffy. I am technically hiding because I was not in eyesight. I had
Right.
stepped around the corner. So I also get to deal my weapons harm and take 2 to act under pressure while I'm hiding. So if you were gonna throw a little wham bam, I want to shoot number 1 in the face and then fire at the back 2.
All right. Roll for violence. I'm gonna let you do that, just because it's fun.
Yay.
So just as a point of order, Curtis.
Yes.
If I see any of them raise their weapons in retaliation, I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Roll to observe a situation.
I
Sasso.
got 18.
Okay.
Sweet. So you want to shoot the lead guy in the face.
Yes.
Okay, because the other two, I mean, he's going to be coming through the door first. You don't know that there's two people behind him, so you don't. I'll let you
my thought
react
is
to
like-
them. Right, but you don't see them, so there's no thought to have.
Okay, fair point.
you
Fair
can't
point.
you can't plan a
Cool.
shot
I
on
got
somebody you
a
don't know is there.
13.
Your 13 will alert you from your advantage point. I don't know where it is. I'm just gonna give you a vantage. Let's say you're at a car right over here, getting out because she's moving quickly, looking for some place on the street to hide behind. I suppose as everybody makes their way towards this door. It's not a garage door. It's the single door, and you see the two silhouettes behind, and you see them drawing weapons. From your angle.
Okay,
But
as soon as I see them draw weapons,
silhouettes to the door. Right.
Okay, as soon as they draw their weapons and raise them up, I'm going to use my commanding voice advantage.
Right. They don't raise them up until Joe pops the lead in the face, which she did with her 18 success, and brains and blood and skull fragments cover the back of Blythe's head and back, and now we have a situation. It has happened. Of course, everybody inside jumps to their feet, and then the two guys come out. Commanding voice is a roll to.
Yes.
Go ahead and make that roll.
Yes, it is. It's a roll to soul.
Roll for soul.
It's a 9.
What
which isn't great.
what was
Damn
what
it,
do you
Austin.
what was your command? What are you telling them to do?
My command is drop your weapons. Was drop your weapons. In the most authoritative police voice I can muster.
Right. That's going to it's not, it's not like a failure. It's just a misfire as such, and that will buy everybody else time. A few of the ones inside, you do hear clink clink, some drops of guns, and then some others are confused, like, did he just tell us, are we supposed to drop our guns? And you get kind of that reaction. So they don't drop their guns, but they're not exactly doing anything against you just yet, which makes an opportune moment if somebody else wanted to do something.
That's all you do.
Sasha knew that he was entering a dangerous situation. And so I'm going to, excuse me, as after Joel blasts the first guy apart, I'm going to get the jump on the second one. I'm going to use one of the 3 edges from Daredevil that I got when I rolled that beautiful 18. It's twice as much as a 9.
Keep bragging. I do what I can with the 9, okay?
And I can harm my opponent before they react.
What do you want to do to them? You can have fun.
I am going to. I would have just pulled a gun, and I would have had a gun out and shot one of them.
Cool.
I assume I have to engage in combat.
Yeah, go ahead and make a violence roll. Let's just see how bad you shoot him.
That's not bad. 13.
No. What's you just with your pistol?
Better than a 9.
Yeah, he's spun out of it for the moment. You shoot him, and he's not dead, but he's not going to do anything against you. Everybody else is starting to make their way towards the door. Some of them are still a little bit confused. A couple have picked up their guns, Not that anybody really knows exactly what's going on inside the building. Kennedy, were you wanting to do something?
If everyone's
Yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
if everyone's just blasting away and there's more people coming out,
Right.
and they're not dropping their weapons like I told them to,
Right.
which they should,
With your 9. I know, but it was a 9.
because I'm telling them. I'm telling them to.
I was gonna say I was gonna do intimidating next and try for that.
If everyone's blasting them away and there's people still coming out and they're not doing what I told them to do, I'm going to start firing as well.
All right. Ernie.
Blythe, get out of the way.
It's in my hair.
Sorry.
Brain in my hair.
Yeah, that's
And
nasty.
she's just screaming. And
Has Ernie like picked himself up off
Trying
the
to move.
concrete or?
Yeah.
oh yeah, do
Oh,
you need help?
I
What you doing, Ernie?
am 100% hiding behind the car. Well,
I'll go hide with Ernie. Stuck with me, bud.
So a
And can
gun
I-
battle
so
is
everybody's
going to erupt. Is basically what's going to happen. It's going there. I mean, these guys are going to pour out onto the street. At some point, you know, the commanding voice is going to start to wear off. Some of them are going to, with just the sheer amount of commotion, work their way out of it. I'm just curious, because I'm not going to play out a move for move and turn this into a big hour-long battle scene. But in this situation where you guys you're doing the gunfighting, the two that are hiding behind the car, what would it is? Are you just going to staying behind the car with your head down, praying until it ends? Is that your method at this moment? Just to make sure that I have everything completely clear. And for the
I have very little intention in getting involved in a gunfight.
Were you going to
have no
try
guns,
some
so-
other sort of extra?
If it occurs to me that I could use any of my ritual abilities from the enlightened stuff, and I might try to summon something, but I don't know if you're going that far with those abilities.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like similar. Like Blythe, you know, you said that she had the power or whatever, or she
Mhm.
felt like she had the power at some point, but right now she definitely does not have the power. So
I liked that you asked
No.
about it, and the fact that you're even just sort of questioning that in your head is exactly what I wanted you to have. Yeah, you could probably pull off a summoning, Dr. Kennedy, and Blythe. You are you're more fighting with yourself internally than you are with them, because you do feel like you could do something here, and you don't know what it is. That would be confusing and probably torturous as well. The three that are handling my three pistoliers, I'm assuming you're just going to be like an unload, shoot, look for cover, move around sort of situation. Or does anybody have anything special that they're going to try to pull out? You guys are surviving.
Not until we get in the building.
You're picking them off, so the goal is to get in the building.
I was gonna say the only
Jerry-
thing I was gonna.
Jerry shouts, "Keep one alive."
Right.
Oh, I was just gonna pull intimidating out and try that, and see if I could get just get somebody to bring me the case, and then we could just go.
Let's hope that works out.
Let me see.
New plan?
If I hit the right character sheet, would be a good start. But I got Joel and Jerry close together there. Intimidating. Go. Yeah, it's maybe a roll plus violence. What was your goal with intimidating?
To get them to bring me the case, and knock it off.
Somebody's really
How?
Oh, my violence is insane.
I think we get exactly what we want.
Yeah, but you intimidate him because you turn into dog form.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, large dog.
Oh,
And-
yeah. So
So you
just
can
creeping
get
up.
one. Dr. Kennedy, is there a role associated with your rituals? I forget.
From what I recall, it was a soul roll.
And you guys come up with stuff fast. Oh yeah, there we go. Perform a ritual. Yeah. Yeah, roll plus soul for me.
$16.
Sweet. Oh, I would like to be, we're getting kind of short on time. I'm very interested in how Dr. Kennedy would do a quick out of the pocket sort of summoning ritual, but we don't really have, I'll let you think on that because I'm sure you're going to get an opportunity to use that move again in the near future. But I like that part of the, where people describe the stuff like Sasha does with his tendrils of smoke is very nice. The gun battle is going to go your way thanks to Joel's dog form. She's going to get one that you wanted to save. There's a couple more that are going to get dispatched as you make your way into the building, Sasha. You can use one of your offensive spells for that if you like, or I can just let you have it. But if you want to do something for flavor, bursting in to this building, and there's like two more gunmen inside, and you can see that they are obviously protecting something that's in a room or a door that's right behind them. They haven't engaged you yet.
Smoke rolls through Sasha's eyeballs, and the two of them, well, let's hope. But he is going to attempt to set their own fears upon them. Using contagious insanity.
I'm just going to let you have that one. I like it. And because we're getting close to the end, and I like to see this battle. So yeah, just describe it. What happens to these guys? What do they do?
The two of them just start clawing at their own eyes and screaming and falling to the ground. I mean, they're digging the skin out of their own faces as they are driven mad by their deepest, darkest fears. And Sasha is going to stand there with the dog. Jerry, grab the case. Let's get out of here.
Got it.
It's about that time that Dr. Kennedy's, what was it? You were summoning anything in particular? You had two things. There was the Farrago.
And the wolf things or whatever they were.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna go with the wolf things because they're a little bit easier to summon, and I can summon multiples of them.
Oh right. So just to keep it fun and to not waste the ritual, backup had arrived. Whatever's in here, right? And Sasha knows it's important. Dr. Kennedy knows it's important. These folks apparently know it's important. More important than just your average drugs, as another car of gangsters shows up about the same time. Thank goodness that these wolf, I don't remember the names, dog-like things, but not nearly as dog as our Joel is. These are like kind of cult dogs. and I can't find my picture, but I'm not going to get into it. They come running up, just you see these puffs of black smoke or whatever, and they will tear into these new gangsters that have just arrived. And you hear screams and wails inside as Sasha has dealt with them in his way. Blythe, what are you doing?
I'm still just to the outside eye, it would look like I was having a panic attack. Trying to battle with these like inner thoughts that like are really confusing me. I just
Mental
feel like
hard move.
there's an itch in the back of my head of something that I should be doing, but I don't know how to access it fully.
Roll plus soul for me.
Okay.
Maybe if you see through the illusion, you will see it. Maybe. I've been. This is out of character for Duke. I've been developing a what I call the mental hard move, right? So that I can apply mental torture to these players as a hard move. Anyways, that's my theory. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. Nothing. That was for Duke. A 22. That's nice. And make another roll for me.
Of soul?
Just a 0.
Oof. Right. Not better than a 9.
No. But with your see through the illusion, with your soul roll, you're not quite so hard on yourself. You're gonna sense some familiarity with your power, some comfort with it, and just a slight bit of stinging pain as your wings explode basically out of your back. Just based on your role play, I'm thinking those might be new to this particular Blythe. So you have that has just happened. And
yeah.
At the same time, what everybody, whoever else is around her sees is that one of the gangsters was not completely dead, who is sort of just kind of writhing a little bit there near Blythe, wherever she is, and she pounces. She's wings right out of her back, right? I mean, literally tear out of her back. You can see blood and stuff kind of go flinging off of them. And almost in the same motion as she has this, before she can even really think about it, she is on top of this guy and proceeds to consume his soul before it leaves his body.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Sasha,
I was hungry.
you were hungry. I've kind of already said that the something's in the room. I'm assuming you're going to go in there. Oh, he's on the phone.
It looks like he had to take an emergency call.
Yes.
So he told Jerry to get the case.
Okay.
So Jerry will
There's
Kick open the door.
Yeah, you kick open the door, and there's a bunch of various illegal stuff in here. It's some sort of storage. It shows you how comfortable they were that they had all of these men here, but didn't have this behind a more secure location. Because there's drugs of all sorts of drugs. There's the case is there. You can see that, and there's also a man lying in the floor who is emaciated, practically just skin and bone, almost barely any muscle left on him at all either. And he's in just what would have once been white clothes, sort of kind of makes you think of like a robe. I don't know, odd clothes that this man has on, but now they're all stained and torn. They're just rags at this point. And he just sort of looks up at you, and his face is just like like a skull. You won't be able to recognize him because it's just skin on bone, scraggly beard. But he looks at you like like he needs help, and tries to speak. But it's just barely coming out of his mouth.
I see the case. I grab the case. I toss it to Sasha. I say, Joel, go get the car. We need to be out of here in 10 minutes. Otherwise, we get caught. And then I get my handcuffs out. Is this guy tied up at all?
No, he's so weak and he couldn't do anything. He can barely lift his head to tell you.
Emaciated and
yeah, he's like on his belly, right? He's like laying face down, and he's just kind of lifting his head up and turning it towards you. Yeah, he can't pick himself up off the floor.
I got a guy in here. He's seen me. He's not a threat. I think he was a prisoner. I hate to waste him, but I don't know if we can take him.
Well, we have 2 vehicles, do we not?
You're right. And he slaps the handcuffs on the guy, throws him over his shoulder, and we're out of here. With a baggie of cocaine.
On the case. Please tell me you got the fucking case.
Oh, you put the handcuffs on the bony guy?
I threw the case to Sasha. So Sasha has the case.
Sasha's
he
got
caught
the
the
case.
case.
Okay.
I have Mr. Weakness over my
Many
shoulder.
items.
And I grab the biggest baggie of cocaine I see in front of me.
Solid kilo brick.
Exactly. Like I grab a brick and we're on our way.
Grab
like
a brick of cocaine.
I have Mr.
Right.
I have this dude over my shoulder and a brick just under my arm, and I'm like, let's go.
Joel gives you a look of like, I've paid you, we're even now.
When you are going out, Jerry's got there's a very emaciated man, dirty, that is also in this room, Sasha, just to let you know. And that's what Jerry has got on his shoulder as he comes out after already handing you the case. Jerry, when you are walking out, you can sort of hear better what this man who weighs like, I don't know, it's like 50 pounds maybe, right? He's bad off. And you hear him, he keeps telling you, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. And yeah, that's how we're going to end it. There yeah, what was yeah, go ahead. Somebody got something they want to finish with or something. Go ahead, Joel.
No, I don't
What?
want it to.
I know.
There's so much to
I don't
do
either.
still.
I'm way over. I know this was just a little side story. There's some little tidbits of information in there that will fuel the other tidbits of information that I hope you've been
Stop
gathering along
talking.
the way.
Stop
I'm
talking.
not gonna share anything
Upsetting
else.
my mind. I wanna know.
So good stuff. I hope it was fun for you. This was a little bit impromptu for me as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope
Well, it is a
you
play to find out game. So
yeah, I hope you enjoyed it out there as well. We've got some great shows coming up on TTRP Theater. Asylum Fracture is tomorrow. And then I've got you guys, right? Are you going to be here Sunday? Are we going to have Jaylee on Sunday?
Sunday. I don't know.
Monster Truck Rally.
I hope we will be here Sunday.
I'll be here Sunday.
I got big plans.
Well, if anything, Krista and I will run amok.
Yep,
Yeah.
I will paint my face, and Erica will comment.
I don't know. Maybe I can find my old face paints and we can do something.
I know some people
can
with face
also
paints
just
that would
use, like,
probably be
regular
happy
makeup.
to learn a new technique. Izzy.
I think I still have my face paints.
Oh, please.
I think it's my Ben Nye kit. It's probably more gore than it is anything.
Yeah, it's the bin 9.
That's
Oh,
what we'll
please,
do.
oh,
We'll do
please, oh,
stage
please.
makeup. All right. We won't get on all that, but happy faces. Come get your face happy on Sunday. And yeah, I'll be back on Monday. Or no, tomorrow night we got dramatic marble races. You need to check that out. It's going to be very interesting. And yeah, I'm not going to go on. We've already gone long enough, and my brain's a mush at this point. So thank you all so much for being here. We love you all. For those who followed and rated, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. We love you. Join our Discord, !Discord in chat. We'll give you the link, and you can join that. Check out ttrptheater.com. And yeah, thank you so much. So from all of us here to all of you out there, we say good night, sweet dreams, and we love you. We say good night, sweet dreams, we love you.
Good night.
Good night, sweet dreams. We love you. Good night, sweet dreams. We love you.
Yeah,
Good night, sweet dreams.
see.
We love you.
We love you
Good night.
very
Good night.
much.
Can I shoot that